Wow, 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 wow. I have to do the music myself because the video for our show is not popping up. So instead of our intro video, you just get my stupid face on here a couple seconds early. But let me just say, welcome to a very late night edition of the Just Too Sweet Show, the Summerslam preview. It's going to be a quick one. I'm flying solo tonight. We're just going to go over a couple of the matches for Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, it's really about it. Keep it nice and simple. Still mourning the death of the immortal one, Hulk Hogan. Uh, it sucks, dude. And I did not get to see SmackDown tonight. I was out seeing the Naked Gun, which was fun. But I hear good old John Cena is face again just by saying he's face again. Okay. I was wondering how they were going to do it, and that's how they're going to do it. They're just going to make him a face. Say, hey, I'm a face again. I'm over my garbage, and I'm a face again. Okay, if you say so. I'm looking at my phone, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm also trying to make sure I am going live over all your favorite channels here. That's not it. Because if I don't have anybody watching, then what the hell am I doing this for? So just bear with me one short second if there's anybody there. There we are on YouTube. YouTube is a go. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. We're going to go to Facebook, Pop Culture Pros. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to make sure we have a goddamn audience out there. I don't see it popping up on Facebook. So let's make sure. There we go. I know you're just listening to me breathe and other nasty shit, but what are you going to do? Or at least I got two down there. Okay. Okay, well, that's the best I can do for now. Hopefully, somebody watches. Wow, what a stupid picture of me. Looks like I'm sleeping at the wheel. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's awesome. So, there's people talking. I don't know who they are. Anyway, screw it. Let's get to it. If you're watching, if you're not watching, there's nothing I can do about it. All right. We should edit this whole part out. Okay, whatever. This is what we're going to do. We're going to run through this nice and quick because it's late and I want to go to bed. Got a long ride into Queens tomorrow. I get to see my kitties, which I am very happy about. I just read the Summerslam is on at 3 o'clock tomorrow. That's a doozy. That I did not know. Let's bring this in here, though. Yeah, make my head nice and small. That's what I like to see. So yeah, let's start out with Saturday's card. I can see it right there, 6 Eastern, 6 o'clock, even better. 6 Eastern, 3 p.m. Specific. Sorry, I'm not that guy. Anyway, let's get to this shit. First match, we got Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. I am a major Karrion Kross mark. I love me some Karrion Kross. He deserves a win. I hope you hear me, Triple H, Bruce Pritchard. He deserves it. And his storyline is one of the better storylines going on, especially if they kept the whole he's responsible for people turning heel and all the stuff that's happened with AJ Styles and all the other guys that he got involved with and turned heel right after. And now he's trying it with Sami Zayn. I love it. And he's super talented. Remember, this is the same guy who came up from NXT. He had the best entrance. He was awesome. And then he just fell off. And that sucks. Yeah, so that's the first one. I'm going to pick Karrion Kross. I think he finally gets his due. I think he finally gets what's coming to him. And that's a goddamn win. Let's ignore that. Let's see. Next match up, we got. Oh, yeah. Women's Tag Team Championship. Roxanne and Raquel against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I don't see the team of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte working out very long. They are natural enemies. I think the Judgment Day keeps these titles, unless, of course, we get the return of Liv Morgan, who I don't think is supposed to be coming back anytime soon, but you never know. Either way, I am going to pick. I'm going to pick the Judgment Day. Judgment Day to keep the titles. Next we got, like I said, we're rolling through this nice and quick. Interesting matchup. And I'll tell you why it's interesting. Because I met two of these individuals today. Well, I didn't meet Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Both came in my elevator today. I said, "What's up to Randy?" He wasn't in a friendly mood, let's just say. But he was cool. I said, "What's up, Randy? Good luck." He said, "Thank you." And Mr. Jelly Roll yelled out my name. It was just pretty funny. The guard said, "Thanks, Tim." And he said, "Thanks, Tim," like from far away. I thought that was hilarious. So we got Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. I don't know. I want to give this to Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I really do. So you know what? I'm going to. It's my show. I'll do what I want. How about that? I'm going to give it to those two. That's a freaking lootly. Because Logan Paul, Jelly Roll is also not going anywhere for a while. So they can afford to lose this one. Which I think he'll be back. Next up, we got Roman Reigns, the return of the OTC head of the table, teaming up with his cousin, the Heat Man, Jey Uso, taking on Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman in the corner. And oh my God, this is another match. I'm going to go with Roman and Jey. I don't see this group working out very long without Seth Rollins. I just don't see it happening. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Roman and the Heat. I think Roman and the Heat are going to have the team up pretty soon to take care of Solo and that whole thing. It's a good way to lead into War Games and all that other stuff. And I don't see Braun Breaker sticking with this group without Seth also. He's going to break out on his own. Eventually, by WrestleMania next year, he'll be fighting for the title. At least. Next up, we have the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffy time. Tiffy Stratton taking on Jade Cargill. Cargill's had a bunch of injuries. They pulled her off TV because she wasn't really working well. Apparently, she is working well now. Tiffy's had the belt quite a while. I don't want to go against my girl Tiffy, though. It's Tiffy time. But, however, I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton. I think she could. I think she's too popular. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. But I can see some Naomi interference and taking out Jaded, interfering on behalf of Tiffany Stratton. I'm sticking with my pick, people. I ain't gonna. Sorry about that. That was an accident. That was an accident. My bad. When you're by yourself, this is the kind of shit that happens. Let me bring back my screen. Add it to the thing. And like I said, I will be taking Tiffany Stratton for the win. Absolutely. Let us move on to the main event of Saturday night, tomorrow night. And we do not have that. Don't be advertising me up, you sons of bitches. We have Gunther, Ring General, taking on CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. And here is another one. I don't see Gunther losing again. I don't see him losing that title yet so soon. And I don't know if Punk wants this belt. I think Punk wants the other belt. I can also see Seth Rollins kind of getting involved. I don't know, man. This is actually not that easy to predict this time. I kind of like that. It's actually pretty good. But if I had to pick it, son of a bitch, I am going to go. Damn, I don't know who to pick. Gunther. Gunther retains. I don't think he's ready to lose again. And I think CM Punk's big moment's going to come at Mania this year. So I think it's going to be one of those type things. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, that is everybody for Saturday. Stop popping up. Let's go down to Sunday. Sunday's match. We don't get a preview for it. WWE Tag Team Title 6-pack TLC match. No preview. So the fancy little picture that just popped up. That's fine. We don't need the fancy little picture. It just says it right here. We will go. Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Okay, this is how much I miss TV and cable and stuff. I haven't seen SmackDown like since April. I didn't know the champions were the Wyatt Six. I had no clue. Wyatt Six, Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Fraxium, and Andrade. I don't know who to freaking pick, so I'm going to pick the Wyatt Six to retain that title if that's the case. Wow. 6-pack TLC, man. That should be actually pretty cool if you think about it. But to me, it looks like it's going to be one of those pre-show kind of things. Here we go. Becky versus, what's her name? Lila Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie. I'm kind of tired of the both of them, to be completely honest with you. But I do like Becky's whole ponytail look thing. Stick with that, Bex. That's pretty good. However, I do not think it's Lila's time yet. I think Becky still retains and goes on being very annoying with this new character. She would retain her Intercontinental title, at least for now. Next up, we have an interesting match because we have Bloodline members. We have Solo taking on Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title. Jacob is getting his title back. And I think this is all going to be a big blowout, which will lead to War Games eventually. Because listen, I love the whole Bloodline thing. I did. But now it's got to stop. Now you have two factions of Samoan guys running around. And let's be honest, a lot of them aren't going to be have jobs much longer. So it's time for this storyline to end. So if that's a War Games, it has to end. Let it be a War Games. But sorry, Solo, but Jacob Fatu he's the next big thing. He's outstanding in everything he does. So I am picking Jacob Fatu to get back his titles. Next up, we have for the Intercontinental title, champion Dominic Mysterio defending against AJ Styles. AJ Styles, as we all know, is pretty much on his last leg. He resigned, I think, just for a year or something like that. He's not going to be around much longer. And he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, which is putting over the young talent and teaching them and all that other good shit. So good for him. A lot of guys his age can't do that. But I think AJ's ready to walk away. This will be his last contract. He's ready to go. With that being said, I see Dominic retaining. With help, of course. With lots of help. But I would like to see AJ. Excuse me. I'd like to see AJ win that belt. Just for on the way out. That'd be pretty sweet. But I think Dominic's got too much of a following, too much heat. And he'll. Sorry, people. I'm such an asshole. I did it again. This is why you shouldn't do shows by yourself. But I'm doing it anyway. Share. Hit to screech. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to pick Dom to win. Dom has too much heat, too much momentum. Yeah, I'm going to pick him to win. Next up, we have the Women's World Championship match. Now all of a sudden it says this can't be loaded. Oh, you're killing me, people. You're really killing me. All right, all of a sudden that page can't load. Anyway, we're talking about Naomi defending the title against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I think this is kind of easy. I think Naomi wins. She just won the title. They're not going to take it away from her right away. Rhea was not going anywhere. Io is not going anywhere. Let Naomi have her time. She's the older of the group. I think it's just as simple as that. I don't think there's any other reason. Yeah, I'm going to take Naomi. And finally, the Undisputed Championship Street Fight. Will this work? Oh, this one works. We have John Cena. We have Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, who I also got to meet. Very nice guy. Gave me a handshake. Pretty cool dude. Couldn't get a picture, unfortunately. But apparently, like I said tonight on SmackDown, John Cena just turned face again. No other reason than, hey, I'm face again. I'm back. I'm doing what I do best. I'm face again. Listen, dude, better float your boat because turning heel, while it was cool at the time, I had no clue on how he was going to come back from that to be the face that he is. But he's apparently said he's over all his stuff. The real John Cena's back, and they're ready for this street fight. And this is another one where I can't guess because I don't know what they're doing with Cena. Are they going to let him have the belt for the rest of his retirement tour? No. I am going to go with Cody. I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes to win this street fight. This is a tough one, though. I don't know how they're going to work with Cena with his retirement coming up soon in December. This is his last run, blah, 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 blah. Final thought, Cody. I'm going Cody. Cody? Fuck it. Cody gets his title back. And, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, whoever watched, whoever sat through this drivel and bullshit, I appreciate it. It's only 21 minutes long. I'm not stealing your life away from you. But shit has to get done. And you can't find no one to do it with, you do it your fucking self. That's just how life works these days. And hopefully next time we'll have everything fixed where I can have my little video. And I will say this, though, coming soon, a whole revamped Just Too Sweet show. I want to get a new logo, maybe some new music, make it pop, new t-shirts, all that good shit. So with that being said, enjoy SummerSlam this weekend, 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, 6 o'clock start time. Hopefully it's great because I think it's unnecessary to have another pay-per-view that is this long. 2 days. But whatever. Who am I? So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever watched, I appreciate it. If you didn't watch, fuck off. Because you're not watching anyway. So fuck off. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's my preview show. Let's put a pin in that. Nothing worked. By the way, boss, nothing's working on here. No intro, no outro. Couldn't get my own page going. I demand a raise. Oh well. No outro video. Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Oh, there it is. Pre-outro. Peace out.